This one happens all the time. You're at a party, you're just kicking it, whatever, you're just jamming, then somebody comes up and he says, "Oh, hey bro, you play guitar. Mind if I jam?" "Yeah dude, sure, that's cool." "Oh cool, I really appreciate it. See, I'm a classically trained musician and I don't have a lot of friends, so I'd really love to hang out." "Oh yeah, dude, come on down, let's do it." "I really dig that progression you were playing. What were those chords?" "Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, it's F, C, A sharp, back to F." "Oh, right. You mean B flat." "Did I say B flat?" "Right, but you meant to say B flat." "I'm pretty sure I meant A sharp." "Right, but you meant a B flat." At this point, there are one of two ways that this can go down. Option number one, bro down. I personally would never condone violence in any situation, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Option number two, which is the Sean way, be the bigger man. The classical musician hurts inside, and it's up to us to kind of meet them halfway. That being said, it's good to know what the difference between sharps and flats are. Now, if you look on the internet, there's like a lot of information about what it is, but there's really not a good answer for it. Some of the answers are, well, sharps are if you're going up, and flats are if you're going down. But, call me old-fashioned, I like to play guitar in ways where I go up and down. Now, a kind of simple way of looking at it is like, alright, so this is a G, the third fret, there's a G, and this is an A, and in between, there's a note. Is it G sharp, or is it A flat? Now, you can get really specific as far as like the tempered scale and microtones and stuff like that. I think for guitar, this is a good enough answer, and it'll help you 99% of the questions, and it's going to make a lot of sense. So anyway, here's where we're going to start. The difference between G sharp and A flat. There are 12 notes in all of music. If you start with an A, it goes A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and then you're back to A. Now, any of those sharps could easily be flats from the note after it. So, this is G sharp again. It can be a G sharp or an A flat. Now, when is it a G sharp and when is it an A flat? When am I not going to be embarrassed saying A sharp instead of G flat, B flat? The best way that I can answer this is to think of how music is written. Now don't stop the video. I'm not going to teach you or try to teach you how to read music. But if you think of writing down music, the way that they do it is there are 7 spots because there are 7 notes in any key. So there's 7 different spots for a note. Again, in C major, we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Right? So if you're writing it down, every one of those would have a spot. That's a good place to start. Think of every scale as having some kind of C, some kind of D, whether it be D flat or D sharp. Every one of those 7 letters of the alphabet is going to be represented in some way. So if we start, again, with this G sharp, A flat, this is a good way to do it. So let's pretend that it's G sharp, okay? So if we go a whole step to make the major scale, we've got G sharp, A sharp, then another whole step, C. So G sharp, A sharp, C. Well, there's no B, so there's no B being represented. Therefore, if you were to start here, it'd most likely be A flat. Now you've got A flat to B flat to C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat. So every single one of those letters of the alphabet is represented. And that's going to work out with any root note that you start a major scale at. Another one that's kind of confusing would be like the key of F sharp, right? So if we have an F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp. Now this right here is an F, right? But in the case of F sharp, this would actually be an E sharp, which is kind of weird to think about because we're almost taught that there is no such thing as the E sharp, but it has to be represented. So if we're playing the key of F sharp, there actually is an E sharp. Now it's really an F for all intents and purposes. This is where, if you say I'm playing an A sharp and someone corrects you to a B flat, it's like, come on, like seriously, who cares? This stuff, as a guitar player, it doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. But I just wanted to kind of shed a little bit of light on why there is a difference between sharps and flats in a communication standpoint. So hopefully This will make a lot of sense and you won't end up fighting a classical musician, but if you do, I understand.